At that time, about a few hundred years ago, when people were not yet as clever and cunning as we are today, in that town a strange thing happened as follows. There happened to be an owl of the large owl breed. Flew out to eat at night from a nearby forest and then got lost in another family and number 39's rice and straw barn. The next morning, it still hid in the corner of the warehouse and did not dare to fly out again because it was afraid that other birds would see it and scream loudly. When it was already dawn, the warehouse servant went into the warehouse to get straw. He was afraid and ran up to tell the owner that there was a monster in the warehouse that he had never seen before in his entire life. The monster rolled its eyes rapidly, probably swallowing people as easily as possible. The homeowner said, "I know your personality. You only have the guts to chase sparrows in the fields, and every time you see even a single dead hen, it falls down there. First, go find a stick and hold it in your hand before you dare approach. Let me personally go down and see what that strange animal looks like." The homeowner stood up immediately, looking very courageous, went straight down to the warehouse, and looked around. But when he saw the strange and hideous animal with his own eyes, he was as frightened as the servant. In just a few steps, he left the warehouse and ran to beg the neighbors for help against the strange and dangerous animal. Otherwise, it will be dangerous for the whole town once the monster gets out. The whole street was noisy and talking about it. People came from everywhere, with spears, sickles, scythes, and axes in hand, as if going to fight the enemy. Several people in the city hall led by the mayor were also present. The group of people gathered at the marketplace to organize their ranks, then all came to surround the warehouse. Next, the bravest and boldest person in the crowd, spear in hand, rushed in. But as soon as he saw the monster, he ran away, his face as pale as a dead person and number 39's skin, his mouth stuttering and unable to say a word. Two more people risked their lives to rush forward, but they were no better than the other. Moments later, a tall, muscular man stepped out. He is famous for his achievements in battle. He said, "How can you chase away monsters just by looking? In this matter, we must be serious. But it seems to me that you guys have turned into shy women. No one has the guts to compete with the fox." He demanded to bring back his armor, pillars, spears, and swords. The armor was ready, everyone feared for his life, but everyone praised him for being brave. The two warehouse gates were opened and people saw the owl fly up and land in the middle of a very large crossbeam. He said, "Go get the ladder." When he finished setting the ladder and prepared to climb up, on all four sides people cheered and cheered him, praying to Saint George, the saint who slain the dragon in the past, to bless him. When he climbed closer, the owl realized that he wanted to climb to it. He saw a crowd of people outside shouting loudly in the whole area, so he was even more shocked, not knowing where to hide. Its eyes lit up, blinked continuously, fluffed its feathers, spread its wings, and spoke hoarsely. "Enquat. Owl. Dot. Owl. Dot. Enquat." The crowd shouted encouragement to the brave hero. "Stab, just stab." The young men replied, "If you and number 39's re good, just stand up here and see if you still dare to shout enquat, stab enquat, again." In fact, he just walked up one more step, but then his whole body trembled. He retreated in a state of near fainting. Now no one dares to venture into that dangerous place anymore. Everyone said to each other, "The monster just opened its beak and breathed, but it has already poisoned and injured our best soldier. Even if people like us risk their lives, it won't and number 39 do any good." They stood and talked, trying to see if there was any way to save the whole town from ruin. All the way there is almost no hope. Only later did the mayor come up with a plan. He said, "I think like this. We burn the whole warehouse along with that monster. Then we donate money to compensate the homeowner for both the warehouse and the straw, rice, grass, and other items stored in it. That way no one has to risk their lives anymore. In this matter, it is impossible to calculate in detail. Being stingy only brings harm to yourself." Everyone agrees. Everyone, each with a hand, lit the four corners of the warehouse on fire. Soon, the warehouse burned down, and the owl also tragically died in the furnace. If you Don and number 39 believe the story, please go there and ask. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.